Guys, before I start today's video, I just want to express my gratitude and my joy for the channel right now. I'm sure some of you guys have noticed, but the channel's kind of been booming-ish in a sense over the last couple of weeks. It's been doing incredibly well. I just had a video a couple of weeks ago with 100,000 views, a couple more videos with over 10,000 views, and I just hit 7,000 subscribers, almost 7,500 now, and I just wanted to let you guys know I really appreciate the support. I knew as we were getting closer to MW2 that something like this was possibly bound to happen, but now that the momentum is here and the Modern Warfare 2019 Part 2 beta is finally out for me to play, I figured it was only right for me to give you guys my initial thoughts. You know, I've only been playing for about an hour and a half, 2 hours maybe, and look, I'm gonna be incredibly honest in today's video. There are some things that I do like about this game so far, but there's also many things that I'm not too big of a fan of. Just as a disclaimer, there is bound to be tons of disagreements here, alright? This is an opinion-based channel. There are people who get vocal in the comments, and you know, when I see some things going down in the comments and people are saying, you know, rather odd things, as the Scadmaster's title suggests, I will shit on anything that needs to be shitted on. Let's try to keep it civil, alright? Everybody's gonna have their own opinion. My opinion isn't even fully complete yet. I'm only level 10. The gameplay you're watching in the background is on Museum, I believe. And I think I can toss Infinity Ward a really quick one right now, but I actually really enjoy this map so far. Now, I'm gonna start with a couple of things that I do enjoy so far. First off is the maps are not too bad right now. There's only 3. There's Museum, there's Farm 18, and then there's a third one. I don't remember what it's called, but I think 2 of the maps are pretty good. I'm not really a fan of Farm 18 so far, but when it comes to the graphics and the engine, it's very similar to MW 2019, which was one of the only good things I had to say about that game, and right here again, it's one of the only good things I have to say so far. Also, here's one that's specific to the beta right now. The playlist option for 6v6 is TDM and Domination. Thankfully, we don't need to do what Vanguard did in their alpha and force us to play some game mode that we don't really give a fuck about. And actually, as I just said that right now in real time, there was a playlist update and they removed Domination, and now I can only play TDM. Jesus fucking Christ. The overall sound engine of the game is very immersive, just like MW 2019, and I guess I like the fact that I can toggle between kill streaks and score streaks. Thank God it's no longer a perk, and I think I kind of like the pacing of the game so far. Like, it's not too fast, it's not too slow. Again, everybody's learning the game, so I feel like that's bound to change as well. But I gotta be honest, guys, I genuinely think it kind of ends there. I mean, a lot of this game is just the exact same shit as MW 2019, and that's not necessarily a roast, you know, that's not necessarily a bad thing. And I know a lot of people are gonna be like, oh, it's a sequel, that's how it's supposed to. I know. Relax. That's why it's in the pros section, alright? But now let me get into the cons, because there is quite a bit. Now, I can confirm with you guys right now that the minimap is not the classic minimap. There is a way to get the classic minimap, I guess, kind of, and it comes in the form of a specific perk, but it's not as simple as just selecting the perk and then you can have it. In fact, that's kind of like the main portion of why there's so many things that I dislike so far. But there's so many things in this game that became overcomplicated that never had to be this complicated, alright? Specifically with that perk that gives you the kind of classic original minimap. I believe it's called an ultimate perk, and you can only earn that within the match, and I believe it goes by time. It doesn't really go by kills or score. You can't really progress to it faster, at least not that I'm aware of. It's essentially you select 2 basic perks, and then over time you get a 3rd bonus perk, and then finally the 4th ultimate perk. And in that ultimate perk slot, there's something called Bird's Eye, which gives you the zoomed out minimap, and anytime anybody calls in a UAV, you can just see everybody's direction on the minimap, which is kind of cool, I guess, but did this need to be an ultimate perk? Couldn't we just get like the original perk system and then you just get radar like in Vanguard? Or better yet, you know, you just give us the classic minimap that you had for the last 7 months until like a couple of days ago. You guys already know where this is going. I can confirm there's no ninja perk, there's dead silence as a field upgrade, but I'm pretty sure it's locked in the beta right now and nobody has it. And so far, it's a lot of just sound whoring, or not even sound whoring, it's unintentional sound whoring because you can hear just about everything. I know Exclusive Ace had a comment on this saying that it was a little bit quieter than in MW 2019. Look, the way I see it, if anybody has a headset and they just crank it up even more, it just makes up for that disparity, and I often have been killed just because somebody heard me. When it comes to the gunsmith, because I know a lot of people were talking about this, I'm gonna be honest, it's kind of cool because you can customize very in depth, but it is so in depth that it's become incredibly complicated. All right, I know there's gonna be some math whiz, some genius out there that's like, oh, you didn't even pay attention during Call of Duty Next when they explained it. Listen, as a student who has a full-time job, I don't have time to watch Doug Dimmadome play the fucking beta, I'm sorry. It's kind of strange because this game and MW 2019 is clearly still catering to the casuals and what other people would call noobs, and I just feel like any other casual and or noob going into this gunsmith, they're gonna get incredibly confused, alright? There's like an M4 that I'm trying to use, and there's like a tree of weapons that it can become. It can become an LMG, it can become an SMG, not to mention there's like a million different fucking attachments. It's incredibly complicated, overcomplicated in my opinion. That's pretty much my beta experience so far, 2 hours in. Now, I do want to do this whole like question and answer type of thing right now, so there's some people that commented questions on my community page, and I'm gonna be answering a lot of shit right now. If you have any questions, please leave it down in the comments below. I'm gonna try to answer absolutely everything. I'm not gonna post the questions on the screen, and I'm not gonna answer all of them right now for the sake of time, but I'm gonna try to get to as many as I can, alright? It's Emerald asked me, how's the sniping? I haven't sniped yet myself. There's only one sniper available. I'm pretty sure it's a 50 cal. I have been quickscoped once, and it kind of looks like MW 2019 sniping, so you know, there's that. How's the movement? Oh, I didn't mention this. Wow, I'm stupid, but it's kind of weird because when I'm looking back at the gameplay, it looks really smooth. But while I was playing, it felt incredibly clunky, alright? Like, it's kind of a con, but I'm sure it's just gonna take some getting used to. But the slide mechanic is incredibly weird, but overall, it kind of feels like a more clunky version of MW 2019's movement. What about the gunplay? I feel like it's incredibly similar to MW 2019 as well. Have I encountered any bugs or campers? I've experienced a couple of bugs in the loadout section. I've lagged quite a few times already. I mean, like, packet burst is definitely still a thing here. I'm gonna chalk it up to the servers right now. And as for campers, on Farm 18, there is a lot of it. But on the other maps, I haven't really experienced it that much. This one comes from Karan. He says, what have Infinity Ward been doing these past couple of years? This shit sucks. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not really having the best of times so far either. Fox says, how's the SBMM? I started playing the beta kind of late and everybody was level 1 for my first game, but after that it was like all hell breaks loose. I'm not gonna lie. There's definitely still some bots out here, but SBMM feels like it's probably still a thing. Nordic Blood says, how's the movement, hit detection, doors, doors, doors? Like I said, the movement is a little bit clunky, but the hit detection is not too bad, but I've definitely seen some wonky shit, and when it comes to the doors, it's definitely not as bloated as in MW 2019. Flex Zone says, what's the best part so far? I'm gonna keep it real. I think the museum map is probably my favorite thing so far about this entire beta. Nunez says, do you think the game has longevity in store for it and replayability down the road for it? Now, personally, I feel like this game is kind of forced to have a replayability to it, especially for a 2-year life cycle. I'm sure they're gonna try to do their best with the content flow of the game just to keep things fresh, I guess. But seeing as how it's very similar to MW 2019, I don't know about the longevity, I'm not gonna lie. But again, I've only been on for like 2 hours, so that can change. And then going back to Emerald, he said, is this a step forward or a step backwards? Now, I personally feel like right now this is a step backwards from MW 2019. That's bound to change. I've only been on for a couple of hours, but I'm finding myself getting more tired of playing the beta right now than I did with MW 2019. And I feel like some of the pros about MW2, like the sounds, the engines, the graphics, I feel like MW 2019 just had it more refined and a lot smoother, if that makes sense. Now guys, I'm definitely gonna make a much more in-depth review of the beta after like a day or two, but I just wanted to give you guys my initial thoughts, my super quick thoughts from somebody who's not, you know, a COD gooch liquor. You know, I'm not really paid to play this shit, but I wanted to be very honest because there's a couple of good things, but again, unfortunately, there's a lot of cons that I really don't like. Again, don't forget to ask me questions down in the comments below because I'm gonna be answering quite a lot of shit. But that's gonna do it for me today, guys. I'm curious to know what you guys think about this so far. What are your initial thoughts on the beta? Let me know down in the comments below, and if you enjoyed today's video, make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're new, hit the bell notifications to stay up to date with my newest videos, and yeah guys, it's been the Scadmaster. Have yourselves a good one. I'm out this shit.
It's been a very long time since the weekend. It's been a very long